Hello, Fly Babies. It's me, Flylady Kat, and I'm here today to help you have peace in your home, control of your life, and finally learn how to love yourself. If you're new, please push that little button right there with my face on it, and that way you can subscribe and then push the little bell and you'll get a notification every time we have a video. So welcome. Today we're going to talk about the words we use to encourage each other and our families. So let me say hello to you first. I know you're just jumping on. So hello, I hope you had a great Sunday, a great Renew Your Spirit Day. I certainly did, and I'm looking forward to talking about this exciting topic with you today. Hi, Roxanne. Hi, Grace from Mercy. Hello. Anyone else out there? We only have a dozen people. It's Sunday evening. Hi, Heather. Glad to have you. Welcome. Okay, so let's get right into it. Julie, hey. Hi, Julie. Let me get a sip of water. Hi, Laura. Good afternoon. Hope everyone's doing good. I know what you meant. What did I say? I said something crazy today with, mistyping. Kimba Life, how do you get into the groove of things when you're moving into a new place? Super easy. You just follow the steps one at a time. Okay, I promise. There's a video that I made before on moving, and so if I can't find that, I'm sure I can. I'll link it below here after this is all posted. Hi, Nina from Australia. How are you today? Hey, Laura's laughing. Grace is saying, nursing your 10-month-old and excited about this chat. Thank you. You're so sweet. Heather Bates, another Heather. Hey, Heather. Irene. Hi from, where are you from, Heather? Let's see. Manitoba, Canada. Hello. I hope you're getting cool, beautiful weather up there. You're welcome, Kimba. I won't forget. Larry's watching with me, so he'll make sure we get that. If I don't have one, and I'm sure I do because I talked about it just a few days ago in a live video, maybe a week ago. Chelsea, hi. I'm so glad you found us. Welcome. We're happy to have you. Oh, I know. When we're hectic, we tend to say words that aren't very encouraging, huh? Hey, Bree. So happy to have you. Thank you. I enjoyed my Renew My Spirit Day. I rested today. It was great. You're in Suriname, and the weather is wet. Well, Lucinda, wet weather is good. We're going to talk about water today, as a matter of fact. All right, so let's get going. I'm not going to answer any questions or address anyone else until I get through this topic, okay? And then we can chat. So I want to talk to you today. Excuse me for the extreme close-up. I think I got my water and didn't even drink it. Excuse me. Hang on. We're out of the little bottles. I know it's a little crazy. I'll put it down here so I can reach it. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the words we use to encourage our children, encourage our spouses, and how those words can negatively or positively influence your family. Even though you want it to do something, it sometimes doesn't do that. So let's start with your personal experience. So do you remember when you were a child and your parent was having a crazy day and they yelled at you and told you to get in there and clean that room, and weren't you so happy that they yelled at you? Didn't that make you want to do it more? It didn't? Well, guess what? It still feels the same way for everyone else. No one wants to be yelled at because yelling doesn't help things. I was listening to a guy today, and he was a marriage counselor, and he said inevitably when people come to see him, he's a Christian marriage counselor, he said that they always want to tell on each other, number one. And number two, they say that the spouse said such and though, and they were devastated. Because that person was just pouring out all the things that they should be doing and that they needed to be doing and what they weren't doing right, and it devastated them. They didn't ever come to him and say, he said all these things to me, and man, I was so glad he did because it made me realize what I'm doing wrong. No, your words are very, very, very impactful. And all we have is this little tongue in our mouth to drive this whole thing, right? Just like a boat has a tiny little rudder, right? You have a tiny little tongue, and it affects everything. So I want to tell you that when you're talking to your children, you don't want to use a fire hose, right? If you use a fire hose to give them information, well, let's talk about plants. You have a delicate little plant. You're growing your little plant, and it's so tiny that you can't even pour water from a watering can. You have to just give it a few little drips because it's so tiny. And as it gets bigger, you can water it with a watering can. But you can never water it with a fire hose. It'll blast it right out of the ground, right? And so that's the same way our words work. Our words, when they're said to someone in a kind manner, like a soft trickle, you know, not like a constant drip, don't get me wrong, but as a soft trickle, that's going to encourage your children. So something said in love is going to be so much more well received than something said just in hate, and that's what we do sometimes. So I want to tell you about yourself today. I want to use my words for you. First of all, I tell you this every time. I love you. You are so loved by me. You're just so loved by me. I'm so happy you're here. And I want to give you some encouragement to help you feel better about yourself and know some things about yourself. First of all, you are precious. You know what that means? That means that you are unlike anyone else in the world. You are specifically beautiful in your own way. You're precious. Like a diamond is precious. You are precious. There's none other like you. So you are loved and you are precious. And the third thing I want to tell you is you're wonderful. The things you can do are amazing. You're wonderful. I'm so happy to know you and to experience your wonderfulness. You know, you tell me these things like the ideas that you gave me the other day for having a family day. Those were wonderful. You guys, your brains, the way they work, they're wonderful. I'm so pleased that you're following me on this channel because I get to experience your wonderfulness, right? And the other thing I want to tell you, and I talked to you about this the other day, you're powerful. You don't know the power you have. Well, you do, because I've just told you, you could be a fire hose or you can be a gentle stream, right? A gentle stream of water. So you're powerful, but not just in your words, in your actions. You know, our children, they follow what we do. They mimic what we do. So if we yell and scream, they yell and scream. And if we start to tidy up and keep things tidy and explain that to them, they usually mimic that. Now, am I saying your children are going to be perfect in every way? No. Am I going to say if you're firm but kind, your children are just going to instantly straighten up? No. We're growing a little plant. We're growing a little seed, and it takes a long time. So we just keep watering it with love, and you have to be firm, and you have to be kind. But water with love. Don't blast your children. Don't blast your husband. You know, if you're mad with your spouse, try not to go in there and tell him everything he's doing wrong, because he won't feel on the inside that he's so glad you told him that. Instead, the wall goes up and you separate more. So you want to treat him with love. And I know that people say, oh yeah, but if I do that, he'll just take advantage of me and blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm not a counselor. I'm not licensed to be a counselor, but I do want to say this right away. If you're being abused, that is an entirely different thing. Abuse physically or mentally is entirely different. Get away. I'm talking about a normal relationship where we just get fed up with each other because we live in close confines and we're driving each other crazy, and they just don't do it the way we do because I, of course, am the center of intelligence and of common sense, right? That's the way we feel. We know best, and our husband, he's absolutely off kilter, and that's not true. What's happening is we think differently. My husband and I, in money matters, think entirely differently. I'm a to the penny person. He's a round off person. But in the end, we come to the same conclusion. We balance the checkbook. We don't write bad checks. We don't not pay our bills. But the way we get there is really difficult to talk about with my husband because we think differently. Does it mean I'm wrong or he's wrong? Absolutely not. What it means is we think differently, and it's okay. That's why they say opposites attract. It's like a balance, right? So just when you talk to your husband, talk nicely to him. Try not to be that way, where we're so judgmental because we come from the center of perfection, right? Because that's not true. He's just as right as we are, just in a different way. Or maybe he is incorrect. Maybe the information he has is wrong. But I know I do the same thing. But we need to rethink that and come from a different point of view. Because if you want change, if you want to be loved, you must give love, right? That's just the give and take of the universe, the way God created us. Okay, so you are loved, you are precious, you are wonderful, you are powerful, and you're beautiful. Now, what do I mean when I say you are beautiful? It means that all those facets that I've been talking about you just radiate out from you. You know, when you have a kind heart, kind words come out. And when kind words come out, people know you have a kind heart. It's like in and out. It's like breathing. So change. If you say foul words, right? If you say in rotten words right now, that's coming from some rottenness in your heart, right? So we want to change that. We don't want to set that example for our children. We don't want to have idle words that mean nothing, that aren't uplifting to anyone, right? So let's use words that are uplifting and kind and sweet. And just be that person. Does that mean you have to be a doormat? No, you're powerful. You're the CEO, remember? You're the CEO of your home. But you're going to attract more flies with honey than with vinegar. That's the saying. So know that you are so loved, that you're precious, that you're wonderful, that you're powerful, and that you're beautiful. To me and to lots of other people. All right, let's open it up for some conversation. We've been in here for about 10 or 11 minutes. Okay, apparently somebody's having conversations out there with each other. That's great. I hope I inspired some conversation among you. Anything to say about this? Do you believe that you're loved? I mean, is that a challenge for you? I'd kind of like to know. Do you believe that you're so loved? You are. Do you believe that you're so precious? You are. How can we keep our calm? Laura says, yeah, how can we keep our calm? First of all, we change our mind. Remember, I've told you that a lot. Your attitude affects your latitude, right? So you know how people say they can't adult? You know, that word that they're using now, that's the key word, the buzzword they're using. Oh, I can't adult today, or I'm adulting today. That is just an attitude of being an adult. We have to adult every day. Yeah, it's always a challenge. Terry, hi, one of my fly babies, Nairobi, says, it's definitely a challenge for me. I wish the best pal had believed that and she'd still be here today. God bless her. Ava, and that was from Carol, look at it from the other person's point of view. That's great. See, you guys are wonderful. I love it. Thank you for the kind words. You're everything you said to us. Thanks, Julie B. You're sweet. Yes, I am sorry. Donna said she's sorry for your loss, Carol. So sorry for your loss. All right, so good advice, Ava. That's Laura. I love it. Okay, so if you want to be calm, you change your attitude, you take a nice breath, you count to 10. There's lots of little tricks you can do. Sometimes maybe you need to leave the area for a little bit and calm down. And when I corrected my children, I was a crazy woman. I was a crazy woman. I would just attack because I felt so like my child was really out to get me. I mean, really. And I'll go back and read those in just a minute. But not out to get me, but she just knew how to get on my last nerve, and I would just blow up. I wish I had some effects I could put in here, but that's what I did. And my husband said, whoa, 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 back up. You know, take a breath. Go send the child to the room to wait for you. And take a breath and calm down. And then once you calm down, you can go in there, you can hold her hand, you can look her in the eye, and you can really talk about the issue, not the child herself, the issue. Again, words, fire hose, you know, the issue is what you're unhappy with, the action, the words maybe that they used, but not the child. You love the child. The child to you is loved, precious, wonderful, powerful, and beautiful, right? So that's what you want to remember. Go away from it. If you can at all, remove yourself. And sometimes, I know sometimes spouses, especially me, when I was younger and full of hormones and upset, I would me, and I wouldn't wouldn't stop. And the poor person that I was talking to, my husband, he couldn't relax. You know, he could only come back. I never let him have time to think about it and go away for a little bit and calm down, right? All right, let's see what some of these people are saying. It's a challenge to believe that made recent discoveries about myself that are not pleasant. Makes me quite ashamed of myself. I'd like to think I'm better than that. Grace, probably when you were young, somebody told you something that wasn't true and you believed it. And it came to fruition. Because people can, and I know this sounds so weird, but people can curse you with that. I'm not going to tell you mine, but I will tell you that people can say to other people things like you're stupid, or you're never going to amount to anything, or you're fat, or you're careless, or you're sloppy, or whatever word that you're saying becomes a curse, because that, especially small person or teenager, receives that seed that you planted into their heart, and it comes to fruition. So probably somebody said something like that to you. So realize that, forgive that person or persons, and put it in a bubble and blow it away. If it's not serving you, put it in a bubble and blow it away. Forgive them, put it in a bubble and blow it away. If it's not serving you, don't hang on to it, all right? Hope that helps. Let's see, who else do we have? That was Grace. So never be ashamed. You're forgiven anyway, right? If you believe in Jesus, you're forgiven. Put it in a bubble, blow it away. Let's go forward. Ava says, they want to have fun. Yeah, kids just want to have fun, man. Laura says, my favorite saying, you cannot rationalize with a child. They aren't rational. Absolutely. What does it say? The heart of a child holds foolishness. You know, when you were a child, you did foolish things, right? When you were an adult, you put those things away. Yeah, they're foolish, and that's all right. That's why God gave them to us, to protect them and love them and know all these things about them and their potential, right? And plant seeds of blessing, not cursing, in our children. Oh, you're welcome, Darla. Oh, thank you. Bobby loves to coupon. Bobby, did you get a new name? I think you did. Hi, Carol. Oh, thanks, Carol. Brandi. Hard to feel good enough. My mother's a huge perfectionist. I often tease that my mother's coming to visit, so I have to get my kids dry cleaned. That's funny. But because your mom is a perfectionist, that's your mom's challenge. That's not your challenge. This is your home. This is not her home. This is your home, and you clean it to your specifications. You're the CEO. This is your business, this is your job, this is your family. You know, when we marry, we leave and cleave. We leave our mother and father and cleave to our spouse and become a whole new unit, right? So your mom now is just your friend, right? You honor your mother and dad, but you don't have to clean to their specifications, okay? And you know it's clean because we've been doing this, or it's getting cleaner, and we're doing this slowly but surely, all right? Okay, let's see who's else out there. That was Brandi. So Brandi, you are good enough, baby. Heather, try to remember to tell my girls that the behavior or attitude that I'm upset with. That's right, not them. Might need extra, darling, you need an extra strength bubble. Don't we all sometimes? But that's okay, it won't pop. Trust it, just blow it away. You're welcome, Grace. You're so welcome. Or Mercy, or Grace for Mercy. You know who I mean. Bobby, you did change her name. I like it. Now I can remember that you're Bobby. I need to try to forgive Mary's murderer, but I find that so hard to do. Yeah, it is hard. No one said it's easy, but you can do it. You can forgive, because when you forgive horrible things that other people do, it actually releases you from that anger and that bitterness. Just forgive and put it in a bubble and blow it away, because you can't bring your friend back. You can't. It's done, and she's in paradise. So she's awesome, right? So just forgive and go forward. Thank goodness you're not that person. Imagine that person's life, that murderer's life. Terrible. Okay, let's see what else we have here. So Carol, I pray that you can do that. You're welcome, Lady Pamela. Lady Pamela, have I seen you on here before? That name seems new. Hi, Suburban Hillbilly. You just blew up over something very simple. The doctor Autobot called to confirm an appointment. They had the wrong time and the wrong procedure. I know. You know what? I went to the dentist the other day at 11, my actual time, and I sat there for an hour and finally said something. They said, your appointment's not till 12. And that wasn't true. But whatever, it's, automated systems, and what can you do? It's too late. I got my teeth cleaned. They're nice, so it's over. Yeah, people make mistakes, and then the computers just finish up suburban hillbilly. But guess what? I make mistakes every day, don't you? So we're just going to have to forgive it, put it in a bubble, and let it go. And just vow to not blow up anymore. Vow to remember that your words carry power, right? Okay. All right, Heather, good. You're welcome, Bobby. Hi, Michelle Broom. Ooh, I have an announcement because people always want to know when they can catch me live. I made a decision just for this week, just for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this week. I'll be at my parents'. I didn't bring my planner up, but I did the planner, and I'm available every single day at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for about 30 minutes. So my videos this week only, and I'll let you know each week what I can manage to do, but it's going to be at 6 p.m. every single day. Okay, I hope that helps. All right, let's go back and see what people are saying. We've got 21 minutes in, so we're going to have to go soon. Let's see. Oh my goodness, there's so many things. Okay, Heather Bates. I've heard you forgive the action, not the person. That's right. That's exactly right. I don't know if that's right or exactly right or not. Forgiveness, maybe it is the action. I don't know, and I can't even worry about that. Just forgive. But I'll think about that. Camilla, hello. She knows Linda. Wonderful. That's right. That's right. Julie, you have a cousin who comes to my house and complains about my housekeeping constantly. I told her if she was coming to see my house, then she should make an appointment. I love it, Julie. How did she receive that? Did you say it with sarcasm or nicely? But yeah, the state of your house is not her business. I think it's forgive the person, Heather, but I'm not sure. And I don't think it matters. Just forgive it and let it go. Sometimes it's easier to forgive the sin than the sinner. Well, absolutely. It's always easier, but sometimes we're not called to do the easiest thing, right? This and that with Denise Jordan. Hi, Denise. I hope you're feeling well today. Heather's talking to the other Heather. You only have to brush the teeth you want to keep. Oh, that's so true. Or floss the teeth you want to keep. Interesting point on our parents. How do we deal with parents who don't seem to be able to stop micromanaging you when you are grown? Ugh. Okay, listen. That always will happen with parents of a certain generation, I think. Almost everybody I know has the same issue, and I'm vowing not to do that, but I know that happens a lot. And the best thing is to love them and then stand firm where you are and don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Again, when you leave, tell them goodbye, give them a kiss, love them, and then put it in a bubble, blow it away, and try not to share with them too many of your personal things like your finances and your discipline of your children or what your children are doing wrong. Keep those things in your own household, and that will be better, okay? Or don't complain about your spouse, that kind of stuff, because then they want to micromanage how your budget's doing, things like that. All right, let's see. I'm going to have to go. It's been 23 minutes. I'm going to give this a minute and a half to round it up. Let's see. Yeah, Brandi, don't do that. That's so sad. Okay, Debbie says forgiveness is for you. That's right. That's right, Debbie. Bobby's bed is made every day, and husband don't argue over the blankets anymore. Little things mean a lot, don't they? My aunt used to say when someone would comment negatively about her messy house, you should have seen it before. There used to be an old comedian, Phyllis Diller, I don't know if you know who that is, but she used to get well cards all over the mantelpiece when she'd hear someone at the door because she would still be in her pajamas. It'd be late in the day and the house would be a dusty mess. And she'd say, oh, come on in, I've been sick. Oh, we don't have to do that because we're going to do our zones, right? Right, okay. I think that's it. Let's see. Darla, if you forgive the action, forgiving the person will follow. You can do what you can, not what you think you should. That's right. Isn't it sort of sad that, okay, we're talking amongst ourselves. All right, Marie Mack says, my mother is a wonderful person, improving, but she always has, and I tell her I have a plan. I still hear her in my head, that one negative thing, and I'm so blessed to have her. Yeah, just forgive her for that and go forward. You know, here's the thing about parenting. None of us are good at it. We think we're pretty good at it, and then, you know, in reality we look back and see where we flubbed up. We all do the best we can with what we have, and I think our parents did, and their parents did, and their parents before. Rarely do parents hate their children. They love their children, and they think they're doing the best for their children. But once we are grown, we're not children anymore, and we can let that go, and even if they can't, we can, right? All right, I'm going to leave you, ladies. I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do love you, so you are so loved. You are precious to me. You're wonderful. You're powerful, and you are beautiful.